We're talking about Benzino.
Yeah, as a man, where's the cutoff point to defending yourself in public and keeping it G and just letting the person say anything? Because just like I said the same thing about the Bulls players. What if they truth really is like the truth and they tired of people just kind of playing with them in public and they're responding? So as a man, where is that cutoff point of just keep it G, keep all the private stuff private, I ain't finna acknowledge it, and like, okay, I'm tired of y'all playing with me, this is the truth?
I feel like this might be chauvinistic and all of that, but as a man, I feel like you're supposed to hold it down indefinitely, because that's the more you hold it down, the more measure of a real one that you showing and that you can be, because you're not supposed to let it bother you if it's not bothering you, if it's not affecting your life. Now, honestly, somebody saying something to you and they got you in court, you got to defend yourself. That's ridiculous. I'm not going there. We're not going into obvious situations. We get that. Somebody saying some egregious stuff, you did we know what the egregious things are. I got to defend my name against that, especially, hey, I'm proving this. I can't have people thinking this. But if it's, stuff like this or whatever, yeah, this... You let them talk, like, I'm talking, what, your ex saying something or whatever, and it's just rumors people saying, you got to let that go. And that's just, as a dude, yeah, because what else you going to do? What's the opposite? You finna do what they do? Now you finna be like, oh, you saying that about me, but you did blah, blah, blah. Now what that make you? Now you just like them. So you can't do that. So what are you to do? Live your life and
that's my problem.
Yeah,
what
live
are you
your life.
To do?
You live your life and prove that to not be true.
If I respond to the untrue things you saying or the narratives you trying to paint, if I respond to it, I'm bogus. You can't win. If I don't respond to it, it's people that's gonna believe the narrative you put out there about me, even though I know it's BS and people that know me know it's BS. It's no win for a man. So no matter how you respond, you pretty much gonna be in the wrong.
Yeah.
You respond too much, they're gonna be like, why do you even care? You don't respond at all, they'll believe it. So say you a guy like Jonathan Majors, for example. If you don't respond to this narrative that you did these horrible things to this woman, et cetera, you look guilty, which he didn't respond. Now everybody sees it during the trial. Like, man, this dude out here running a 40-yard dash trying to get away from the chick and still got found guilty. So it's like you gonna lose either way, no matter how you respond. So it's like, how do you respond?
And he lost. Not to get on this, but we're just to the point of you got to be if you find yourself in that type of situation, as a man, you have to know how fragile the seconds are. The seconds that got him the guilties was when he put her back in the car. You put your hands on her and once they saw that, you did something. We just need you to do something.
But they ignored what she did too. You know why?
Because as a man,
it don't matter.
We gave you the credit you ran with the other two. We'll drop those, blah, blah, blah. But you did something. You have to do nothing. You gotta get stabbed, run away, and be like, she did this, and had a footage showing you didn't do nothing. And that's how the dude, the OnlyFans girl with the black dude, they still going through. It's still finna be a long thing, a hard thing. It's probably gonna be a wild trial because of the situation, because they gotta prove so much more on that side of a woman doing it to him that they gotta have years of, that's why all these other elevator fights coming out. All this other evidence just to build up the show. Hey, this could have really happened. It's because it's so far-fetched. And that's just the burden. The pluses come with minuses too.
That's why as a man,
we want them to forgive us when we, when we step out. Bro.
Every time it's an altercation, just walk away. I don't have the altercation. Soon as stuff start getting too extra for me, bro, I'm not finna raise my voice at you. I'm not finna be yelling back and forth with you. I'm dipping. That's it. Like, I'm gone. Now, if you can calm down and you can talk like a grown adult, then we can talk. But if you can't, if you still trying to be on that same energy, I'm still not gonna talk to you. Like, I'm not doing that. Because like I said, as a man, you're gonna lose, bro. You can't win.
All day. Speaking of Benzino, though, just real quick, that it spoke volumes to me. Volumes. as a rapper. And I just really
Bro,
appreciate it.
Hold on, bro. Why they in here still? She said looking like Barkley. Please look like a young Barkley. He looked like CeeLo Green, but kept He still looked like CeeLo Green, but kept growing.
They hitting you with all of the bald people, bro.
Good,
and
bro.
I'm here for it. I like it.
BENZINO. Nah, bro, it's cool, bro. I ain't tripping.
That is funny.
BENZINO. That's funny as hell.
A wild pun.
That might be the name of the episode.
Bro, if you say that to him, he would probably flip out. But I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't name it that only because he be going, hey, Yeti saying, only because you know MMA, I ain't gonna say nothing and I ain't gonna threaten you or nothing. But that's wild right there. That is wild. To call him the poor man's Bernie Mac is crazy. And I'm not gonna let you do my friend like that, but in person I might, if you know MMA.
Hey, you know what's crazy? Like, that joke for me is not really funny. But if he saw my pops actually does look like Bernie Mac. Bro.
What's crazy is because that is funny to me because all you missing is a mini fro. And you probably would look like.
No, my pops got the mini fro.
Only look, put it this way, I love you, my. I don't look at you to roast you, so I don't think of none of these. That's why it's so funny to me, cause I'm like, oh.
Nah, check.
And I already know it's said with love, Yeti. You already know.
We ain't tripping, bro.
We ain't never tripping on that. Oh yeah. All right.
My pops actually do.
I forgot.
Let's get back to the pod, man.
Oh
Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody watching live, though, bro.
Shout out to you, Yeti.
For sure.
Benzino. Somebody else brought it up, so I'll say it. It's wild. I want to diss somebody so hard that 10, 20 years later, they cry on the podcast over me. I want to do that. I want to diss somebody in a rap so hard that 10, 15, 20 years later, they go on the podcast and go, every time they keep asking me about him. Like, that was hilarious to me. Now, aside from that, I hope, Benzino was all good because it was kind of sad. But, man, you know how good M had to feel to be watching that and see that go viral? To be like, man, I could still poke him. What up, Chef? I could still poke him and make him go cry on a podcast in front of the world. Wow, man. Wow.
Being that emotional over a rap diss,
it's
crazy.
I want to diss somebody that bad.